Rape and sexual violence cases are to be reviewed after an alarming drop in the number of prosecutions. The Home Office pledged to investigate how the reports are handled by police and prosecutors because of warnings that victims are having their privacy violated with intrusive disclosure practices. Officials said a cross-sector end-to-end review, yes, really, into how rape and sexual violence cases are handled across the criminal justice system would be launched. This came after the proportion of reported rapes prosecuted plummeted to 1.9% in England and Wales. Joseph Kotrie-Monson joins me, Director at Mary Monson on Fleet Street and criminal defence lawyer who specialises in sexual offences. Joseph, very good evening. In your view, why have these prosecutions plummeted to 1.9%?
Well, I think first of all, let's just comment, shall we, Ian, on the fact that we're having the theatre of the absurd, in that a year ago we were having a sweeping report into the fact that there were rape cases where proper investigation to screen them before they were being charged wasn't being done, so too many were being brought of the wrong type. And now, probably because, in part, as a result of that Liam Allen case, in which you may remember there were text messages that strongly suggested this was consensual sex, and that there were, as a result, many other cases that were being discovered, not just by the Met, but nationally, that meant that young men were going on trial in circumstances where there shouldn't have been even a case to answer. You know, as a result of that, we have now a situation where there is, or in part at least, increased vigilance among the police and prosecution about corroboration, text messages, making sure that a case is more than fanciful before they bring it, erring on the side of listening to a complainant rather than automatically believing them, on the basis, of course, that they've got a responsibility not to charge people who should never be charged. You know, there's an argument, and you know, part of the reason that review came in and there's been this shift is that conviction rates were low, and it was considered that was because there wasn't enough testing on the front end, and instead it was becoming, you know, and typically as a defence lawyer, it's as the complainant is being cross-examined in cases where it's a false allegation, and such allegations do exist. You know, it's the idea that every allegation is a truthful one, of course, must be a nonsense.
Okay.
But the fact that they were so low was because there wasn't enough testing at the outset at the pre-charge stage. I should also add this, Ian. There is clearly a financial element to this that can't be discounted, and in all fairness, we have to say that in the context of 70% of cases going through the Crown Court being sexual offences, which seems and is unprecedented, the police, who have faced these massive operational cuts, and the CPS too, simply don't have the resources to cope.
All right, Joseph, thank you. That's Joseph Kotrie-Monson there.